Hi everyone, welcome back to another Cut Above with Chris. As you can see, it's been 4 days since my last face shave, and this video won't be actually a face shave, it'll be a head shave. Sunday the 14th, I start my new job tomorrow, Monday the 15th, with the transit officers for the Perth Transit Authority, and I'm really looking forward to it. However, I don't know what to do with my shaves, because every shave I do goes on video apart from the one that I've missed and the one from my anniversary, and I still want to do them on video no matter what I do. So I might actually do some silent shaves in the morning with nothing. I might even just put a bit of a music over it and maybe speed it up a little bit, just so the shave is there for my peace of mind. But other than that, I'm thinking of doing night shaves. So I'm going to be doing my head shave now. So a lot of you guys that watch my face shaves won't see this one, that don't watch the head shaves. So what I plan to do is knock my head shave on the head now, which is, what time is it? It's 11:25 in the morning on Sunday. And then I'm going to do my face shave tonight. Now, I've got no internet at the moment. My Telstra internet's been cut off. I've put a complaint in. I've cancelled my service and I'm waiting on a new service starting up, which will be tomorrow. Fingers crossed it goes smoothly. So hopefully I'll get these videos uploaded tomorrow night or Tuesday, whenever I can. Obviously I'll be working full time now, Monday to Friday, for the next 3 months. So it's going to be a bit of a squeeze for me, but I will keep my channel running because I enjoy, this is my release. And no matter what job I'm doing and what's going on in my life, this is what I do to chill out, and I really enjoy it. So my channel won't stop. It may slow down a bit. I may have to then revert to maybe shaving off channel, which I don't really have a major problem with. I'm just one of those blokes, when I get in a routine, that's my routine and I enjoy that. I don't like breaking routine too much. I'm one of those sort of fixed in my ways sort of guys, unfortunately. So that being said, I'm going to be using a soap which I actually surprisingly really enjoyed when I first used it. Captain Fawcett's shaving soap. Now, it comes in a wooden tub like that, looks exactly like Kent shaving soap, which we all know, or if you don't know, is actually a rebranded formulation of Mitchell's Wool Fat. It's pretty much Mitchell's Wool Fat with a different face cover, if you like. I've just kept this, I don't know why I kept that, but I kept this little thing in here. Top tips for a simply marvellous shave. I don't know whether that'll focus enough so that you can read it. I think it will. So that's the top tips from Captain Fawcett's. Now, as you can see, I think I've used this 3 times, and you might still be able to see the indentation on there, just there. So it actually says on there, fine shaving soap, CF.46. That might be the formulation, I don't know. Now, I'm still of the opinion that this is still possibly Mitchell's Wool Fat, but there's a good chance it's not. It smells far superior, in my opinion, to what the Kent one did. There's a lot more scent in this, and if I'm honest, I get a little bit of oud from it. If I actually smell this and then go to Razor Rock Stallion, they're not a million miles away. But this has got a lovely soapy scent as well. It's very fresh, it's very clean, it's got a very slight powdery note, but it does have an oudish sort of scent. Oudish, that's the word of Sunday. Right, so I'm just going to knock this light on. I'm going to move my mirror so that I can see what's happening at the back. That's not too bad. And I'm going to be using my wolf whiskers today. For you guys that follow me on Instagram, you've probably noticed a new brush that's on there, a new wolf whiskers, a 13mm Magard monster. And I managed to pick the handle up for a very good price from a very good friend. And I got it reknotted at Reyes Restores, so I cannot wait to get my hands on it. So it's a very similar sort of looking handle to this, similar-ish to this, but apparently it is ginormous, it's humongous. So I'm going to use this one today, which has got the 25mm Ultra Fan, which I'm not sure you can still get from Wolf Whiskers. I'm not sure whether he's ran out of them or not. I know they were very limited stock when I ordered mine, which would have been 9 months ago, something like that. So here we go, straight onto the top of the soap. I don't bloom it, and that's what amazes me with this soap. Because it's very similar to Kent, I thought, oh, here we go, I'm going to have to start blooming soap and stuff like that. But I find if I use a nice stiff brush, which this is a very stiff knot, it's got a lot of backbone, and really dig into the soap and just load this brush up, I won't have any problems. I'm just dipping the tips there a little bit. But it's the actual performance from this soap that's actually surprised me. It's really, really good stuff. So as you can see, it's starting to just spill out the sides there, and what I try to do is gauge what the proto lather, now that's proto lather that's coming out the side there. Whenever that starts looking quite thick and creamy, that to me tells me that my brush is pretty much ready to be transferred onto my coconut. get this shave underway, so I'm just going to dip the tips again. Oh, that was quite a big dip that time. Now, it's not the cheapest of soaps. I think I picked it up for 35 or 36 bucks over here. But it's triple milled, so it's rock hard. I mean, it's like a hockey puck. I mean, when I think of it, I'm wondering if that's why they call it a puck of soap when it's like this, because it is literally like a hockey puck. It's rock hard. There's very little give in it. If you push on it with your fingers, you don't get much feedback from it, if any. Right, so there we go. So what I'm going to do now is just wipe my head. I'll just wipe some of this sort of fluffy proto lather on the top. Now it seems a little bit thinner than I remember it being. So let's just see how it lathers up. I mean, that feels, the slickness on it's excellent. I do remember it being quite a very good performing soap. I remember it having plenty of slickness and lots of cushioning protection, so let's hopefully we get that again. So I'm just going to start painting this on now. As you can see on a head shave, this brush sprays pretty much instantly. There's no messing with it. It's got lovely backbone, so it's just a lovely brush. I love this knob. Believe it or not, it wasn't far away from leaving my den at one point in return for that supply razor, but I don't think I could have let this one go. I love the handle, but I also love the knot. And the chances of getting this knot again are very slim. Just dip the tips again. Now, one thing I did hear about Mitchell's wool fat is it doesn't like a lot of water. Now this one, been a while since I used it, I'm pretty sure it can really hold water. It does a great job when you start adding quite a bit of water into it. Which in turn allows you to build a thicker lather. Tell you what, it's been a quick year. I can't. It feels like yesterday when I first went for that sort of entrance exam for the job, and it's funny because all you guys that have watched the channel throughout the whole year have been there for the whole journey, sort of through everything, all the shit and onions with me. I mean, look at that building. It's just building a super ladder. Just dipping the tips again. That's superb. Now, if this is what you're supposed to get from Mitchell's wool fat, then I would probably be quite impressed with it when I finally get another tub of it. I've never had Mitchell's wool fat, but I have had Kent, so I'm looking in the mirror and I look rough as shit. I tell you what, can't wait to whip this off. I'm still going through soaps after soap trying to think what I'm going to use. I'm a cross between Barrister's Reserve Cool and Classic 24 for something a bit classy so I can put the splash on in the morning. I'm thinking more towards Reserve Cool because it's not really a job interview or anything, it's just first day at work. Go there smelling nice and fresh and clean, and Reserve Cool's brilliant for that. Okay, haven't used this for a head shave for ages. RockWell 6C, I've got it on plate number 5, I hope you can see that there. And here we go with the grain. Now, one thing I did notice with this razor that I didn't actually notice before because I've never owned the stainless version. It's that on the stainless one, I'm pretty sure it says RockWell on these sides. That to me would finish this razor off. It would just make it look that bit classier. At the moment, if I picked it up and gave it to someone, they couldn't tell me who made it because there's nothing on it that says who made it. So that would just have finished these razors off. But it's obviously about keeping costs down. So here we go. With the grain, I've got a brand new Kai blade in here. I've never used a Kai in this razor, I don't think. haven't used a Kai for a while, any razor. Now one thing I found with this razor straight away when I used it on setting 3 the last time, I've only used it once since I got the replacement, is that the alignment of it's much better. It doesn't seem to need as much help getting straight. Now, normally I would shave halfway down past my ear, but because I'm going to be walking around a bit today, I'm just going to leave it there like the cool bearded guys do that are bald. As you can see, it's just plowing through that. I mean, there's not much left on there. Feels very smooth. The Kai blade feels great in it. Just go against the grain there so I don't have any issues like I sometimes do. I was going to go plate 6, but 5 is my lucky number, so I'll just stick with 5. So, in terms of actually starting this new job, I'm not too worried about starting the job. It doesn't really bother me. A job's a bloody job at the end of the day. I've done the hard part and got my foot in the door. So I'm going to go up there. And because I've been through this whole process before with the police, 6 months training, this one's 3 months training, I'm just going to go and enjoy it. When I went through the police one, I put myself under a lot of pressure. Trying to do stuff, and at the time we just bought our first house, which is the house I'm in now. We just bought it. Money was tight. The hours were hard. We had a newborn at the time. And life was just that little bit more stressful then. So my aim this time around is just go and enjoy it. Meet some new people. Pass all the exams, which I don't think I'll have a problem with. And then when I graduate, hopefully get posted somewhere nice, somewhere closer to home. Hopefully they'll post me on the furthest railway line from my house. But at the end of the day, I'm doing this as much for myself, for peace of mind, but I'm doing it more for the kids. For stability with the kids, stability with the household, stability for the wife. And while I'm actually doing this job, I'll apply for a citizenship, which we've not done. 10 years I've been in Australia, still haven't applied for citizenship. And then when we get that, we can then apply for, well, we can do it now, but it costs a hell of a lot of money. We can then apply to do courses in Australia, university courses and things like that. So my plan is really now, for the next 6 months to a year, while we're doing a process of applying for citizenship, to pick out or look for something that interests me, something that I want to do. You know, everything I've done in life, the only thing I've ever really wanted to do that I've enjoyed is football. And obviously I'm at an age now where that's never going to happen. But there's that many things out there that I think I could enjoy. I just want to have a look at them and maybe have a stab at it. Get a degree in something, do something, you know. And then whenever the kids are a little bit older, I mean, at the end of the day, I'm only 33. I might look about 67, but I'm only 33, so I've got my whole life ahead of me, really. I'm just starting. I'm still a baby, even to a lot of you guys out there in the shaving community. You know, a lot of you will be looking at me thinking, shit, 33, I'd fucking love to be 33 again. And then I look at Spen. What a wanker. Can't believe I've done that. I thought, just before I started this shave, I thought, oh, I better check and make sure I've deleted everything. Then I thought, oh no, I've deleted it. I deleted it a few days back. I'm finding my phone's in. Was it a fuck? Sat in my fucking deleted bin. What a tip. So, just rinse my head off. Put a bit of water on. We'll get started in the second ladder. So yeah, so I don't know what I want to do. But I'm young enough now. I'm young enough, but I'm also old enough and wise enough to know that what I want to do now. You know, my daughter's very lucky. I mean, she starts full-time dancing in a couple of weeks' time, and she's only 12. But at 12 years old, she knows what she wants. She wants to be on stage. whether it be dancing, acting, singing, well maybe not sing, squealing maybe, but that's what she wants to do, and at such a young age it must be great. When I was her age, as much as I wanted to play football, it was never in my head as a career or that sort of thing. I don't think. Football for me was more of a fun thing. I wanted to go and play with my mates, and that was about as good as it got. And I was a good player. I was a goalkeeper when I was a kid, and I was an excellent goalkeeper, without blowing my trumpet too much. My own trumpet. I mean, look at this ladder. Holy shit! And this is a triple mill soap from a dry puck. No blooming. I've got very hard water over here. The water's dreadful, and that is just delicious lather. The scent is really nice and clean. It is a beautiful soapy scent with that, and as far as I'm aware, it's got a sort of oudish sort of scent to it. I've got this shirt, this Man United shirt on today. It's a large and it feels like a fucking tent. It feels tight around my shoulders, and then everything else is just loose everywhere. I've lost a little bit of weight this week as well, which is good. The wife's got me eating healthy again. We're both on a bit of a health kick just now. And I tell you, do you know something that's made a big difference to my life since Christmas? That Apple Watch. It's made a massive difference to my life. And I know people say, oh, technology and more fucking shit, more things to connect on the Wi-Fi. I tell you what this makes a difference to for me. Whenever I look at it, it tells you, it tells you how many kilojoules you burned or calories, depending on what part of the world you're from, based on your heart rate and how many steps you've taken and all that. It sort of calculates it a bit. Now, it's not as accurate as, say, a Fitbit Ionic or a Fitbit Blaze, because there's so much more technology in the Apple Watch in terms of actually making things work and all the other stuff that goes on with the apps and everything, but it's still reasonably accurate. So straight off the bat, it tells me how many calories I've done. Now, in order to maintain a healthy weight or lose weight, you have to obviously burn more kilojoules of calories than your intake, because if you're eating more calories than you're burning, you're going to put weight on. So you have to burn them off. You know, so that, I mean, that's essentially that's how it works. So this little device on my wrist here tells me how many I've burned. So I don't count calories, I don't count kilojoules, I don't pick something up and go, oh, that's 600 calories or 600 kilojoules, 200 calories. I don't look at things like that. But what it does do is it just sort of curves my, you know, like this morning for breakfast, normally I would have a couple of toasties, like 4 slices of bread, maybe some beans and cheese in it, which isn't something I normally eat, but that's what I've been having lately, because I've changed my diet drastically lately and took a backward step in terms of just trying to enjoy food again a little bit rather than worrying about what I was eating. But I was taking it to the extreme, and I was having like 4, and then I would stop, and then half an hour later I'd go back and have a muffin, and then like an hour later I'd go back and have maybe like a bowl of fruit, which yeah, that's all good and well, but after eating all that other crap, it's not really that good. So I was just overeating. Now, having this on my wrist, I look down and I say, oh, I've burnt 900 kilojoules already, and it says 11 o'clock in the morning. So I know I can have a reasonable little amount to sort of fill me up with that amount of kilojoules and still have burnt some weight. So what I try to do is aim for, say, maybe 600-700 kilojoules worth of food. So what it does is it allows me to sort of control more what I'm eating during the day. If I know I'm going to be playing soccer, I play soccer 2-3 times a week normally. On a day when I'm playing soccer, I'll generally burn between 4,000 and 6,000 kilojoules in that day, including my whole days walking and doing work, whatever I'm doing, and then playing soccer for 2 hours. I'll burn between 4 and 7,000 kilojoules in that one day. I'll also run, in terms of, if I'm at work and I've worked all day cleaning windows, my average distance travelled is around about 17 to 20 kilometres, including my football. That's a lot of kilometres to travel in one day. You don't realise you're doing that unless you've got that on your wrist. I would have no idea. I had no idea I was running that far based on how many steps I was taking, and obviously the GPS system and everything. So it's really, it opens your eyes up to that you're actually doing a lot more than you are, and when you're not doing it, it tells you. You know, if I'm sat down and I'm watching TV for an hour, the thing vibrates and says, get up, stand and have a walk. And you do. You go, oh fucking hell, the watch just told me to do something, I better get up and fucking move. So I get up and I walk around the house for a bit, and I'll go and do stuff. I'll walk out, put the watch down, I'll walk out, take the dogs for a walk. It makes you do things. It might be a stupid watch with an app on it that vibrates in your wrist and you think, oh, what's that going to do? But it just keeps you on your toes. It doesn't allow you to be lazy, you know. There's obviously people out there that either turn it off or just don't listen to it at all. They don't use it for that. They might just use it for the alerts, for the calendar and for the text messages and things like that. But for me, I got my wife a Fitbit Ionic for Christmas, and it's made a difference with her as well, you know. It's even when you get to the end of the day, it'll say, oh, you can still do it. It'll send you a little message, it'll say you can still do it, you can still reach your goal. And you might be something like 500 steps away, and it might be 8 o'clock at night, and you think, ah, shit. So you just, for some reason, you get up and you go and do it. Having that little jingle on your wrist saying, congratulations, you've done it, it's quite an achievement, especially if you can get it every day, which I don't get it every day. But for people that struggle, you know, if you've tried all the diets and all the fads and everything, just getting up and having a quick walk somewhere makes such a difference. You know, it doesn't need to be a long walk. The good thing with the Apple Watch, I find, is what it do is say I'm 240 calories away from, or 240 kilojoules away from cracking my day's limit, or my day's minimum. It'll go up and say you only need to do a 6-minute brisk walk. So if I just go out for the dogs, 6 minutes brisk walk, bingo, it's done. 6 minutes of your life. And it makes such a difference. You feel so much better the next day, you've done your little bit of exercise. And like I say, it doesn't need to be anything major. It is amazing now that having this technology, and I'm surprised that I'm sort of annoyed that I didn't get an Apple Watch when they came out. I thought they were just a gimmick. And I know there'll be a lot of you still that'll probably watch this and go, well, it's a lot of shit. And that's fair enough, but if you've never tried one, then you can't really say that, because I hadn't tried one and I thought it was a lot of shit. And as soon as I tried it, used it for a few days and got used to it, I then realised how much more efficient your day can become. Even for things like calendar. My calendar is generally pretty, especially in the summer, it's chockers. There's 3, 4, 5, 6 jobs sometimes daily. And having to whip your phone out at every job and having to look at things. Now, whenever I'm on a job, now, before the next job, watch vibrates, look down. We've got a job at such and such address. Would you like to send it to your map? And all that. It does everything. It's amazing. You can talk to your watch. Never heard of it. My business partner phoned me. My watch was in the van, and I was actually talking to a customer, and my watch rang. Didn't know that. It rang, and I just hit answer to see if it would happen, and it answered on my watch. It was incredible. Very quiet, but I was sitting having a conversation with my business partner on my watch, on my wrist, and my phone was in the van, talking to him. It just blows my mind now what you can do. I mean, obviously the next step up for the Apple Watch would be to put a little camera in there and have FaceTime on it, but people keep saying that technology's ruling everyone's lives, and it does to a certain extent, but it also makes life, for me, in certain aspects of my life, easier. And it also gives me some sort of drive to get fit, to keep fit, to lose weight, to stick to goals. You know, I mean, they're not cheap. If you buy a brand new one, this is actually a version 1 which we picked up on special, model 1 or whatever they call it, first edition. So it doesn't have the GPS built in. You've got to have your phone with you if you want to map your runs and things like that. So it's a bit of a pain for that, but I don't take my phone out with me. I just go for a run. It counts the steps and gives you an average of how far you've run. So I've been really impressed with it. And if you're trying to lose weight, and I'm not saying just use an iPhone. You've obviously, if you're a Samsung user, you've got the Gear Samsung. I think it's a Samsung Gear. Look at this lather. You know, I mean, this is freaking triple milled soap from a dry puck with a good dose of water, and it's incredible. It's so slick, so protective. It's really, really good soap. Not the best scent. It's not a scent that I pick up and go, oh, I love this scent, but it's a really nice, clean scent. Lovely soap-scented soap as such. But the performance of it is as good as pretty much anything on the market, in my opinion. Which is what makes me think that there is a chance that it is Mitchell's Wool Fat, because I hear that from so many Mitchell's Wool Fat users that they say the actual shave and the post-shave feel of it is as good, if not better, than most of your artisan soaps out there. I'm not even sure if Captain Fawcett's is an artisan soap, because they appear to be sort of quite an old school, biggish company. I'm not sure it's got the date on there, but I know when you go onto the website it seems like quite an old company. And the RockWell is absolutely playing through this. It definitely feels nicer, this razor, than the last one did. But I think given my experience with RockWell and the 6C and the customer service from my point of view, I bought a razor, didn't have a receipt for it, and they just replaced it. I think that's excellent. You know, and I know they're having issues with the Model T. Is it the Model T? I think it is the Model T, the twist it open, I think it is. But I'm also a firm believer in waiting to release stuff when it's actually ready for release. You know, it'd be like releasing a car if the engine wasn't quite ready, wasn't quite right. You know, it might still work all right, but it'd be a risk that you're having to then send out replacement cars and replacement parts and fix things all the time. People don't deserve that. You deserve to get a product that works straight out of the box, and I think that's what RockWell are going for, even though it is causing a bit of tension between the customers and the company. And I've noticed there is a few people on there that are getting a little bit narky. But there's only so much you can do. You know, if it's not ready, it's not ready. And that's it. You can have as many iterations of it, as many different prototypes. I mean, I don't know how many people they've got out there testing it. I would imagine they've got people testing the prototypes already. But the kind of company that I would stand by, definitely, based on my personal experience with them and actually using their product. I think they've put a lot of thought even into this, into the 6C, which is, in my opinion, for a budget razor, it's the best budget razor on the market, in my opinion. You've got that adjustability right through, from almost no blade feel through to a lot of blade feel. It's got lots of efficiency at the top end. It's got literally no efficiency, but it still gives a good shave at the lower end. And you get all that in one package for 50 American dollars. You can't beat that. You know, there's very few companies out there that offer you that sort of adjustability or sort of shaves, and it's smooth. It is as smooth as a hot knife through butter. It really is. I'm just going to add a little bit, just a nice little bit of lather on here. I don't really need it, but I'm just going to do it anyway because I've got a shit ton of lather in this brush still, just caked in it. And then we'll just do the touch-ups. Just dip my fingers in the water so I can have a bit of a feel. The Kai blade in this RockWell feels absolutely beautiful. It feels silky smooth. I've noticed as I've got further into this shave, I can actually feel that the blade feels even smoother now. I know I've got no hair now, but it just feels buttery smooth. And I know the great thing with the RockWell, not the RockWell, with the Kai blade, is I know on the next shave it's going to be even better. Because this blade just gets better with age. It's like a fine wine. You use it, you get exceptional shaves, I reckon, out your third and fourth use. It doesn't matter whether I'm doing a head or a face shave. 2 minutes. That's my son there, he wants to do another shaving video. So I said I'd do it this weekend, but obviously I never gave it much bloody thought. I start my new job tomorrow, so I'm going to be shaving late tonight, so I'll try and do one next weekend with him on Saturday. Yeah, I'm looking forward to this new job, I really am. You know, it's been as much as I enjoy being my own boss and have my own company, which I will still have, or partnership in a company, the hardest part of it, and you guys out there that are self-employed, especially artisans, will know. It's a dog-eat-dog world out there. It's a lot of competition. And in terms of what I do, in terms of window cleaning, we charge a premium. Because in our opinion, and in my opinion, we're the best in the area. There's nobody better. And customer service is when you phone us, leave a message, call us, we get straight back to you. We turn up on time for the quote, we give you the quote right there and then, there's no pissing about. We don't force it down your throat. We basically say, here's your quote, if you're not happy with it, that's it. We can leave it with you, there's no pressure at all. You can give us a call or a text message if you're happy, go ahead with it. If they want to book, we book it straight in, we turn up on time. We do the full job from start to finish, and then we offer a 7-day guarantee on all our window cleans, all our gutter cleans, everything that we do has got a 7-day guarantee. If you're not happy with anything within that 7 days, boom, we're back there fixing it. And we're there on the day generally that you phone us. If you phone me at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I'm halfway through a job and I've still got one more job to go, I'll come to you after that last job. So that's the customer service I expect from anyone in any business, anywhere in the world. And that is why we charge a premium for what we do, and we use premium quality products. Everything we do is the best of the best. We don't use cheap shit. Everything, all the quality, the brushes, all the pure water systems, all the squeegee blades, everything we use is the best that you can buy with your money. So you're not just paying for my time, you're paying for my experience, you're paying for my equipment. And then people don't have to also then take into account that we're a fully insured company. We're fully documented online, we've got everything all up and running. We're not a Facebook job where you send you a message saying, well, I'll come clean your windows for $50, turn up with a dirty rag and a squeegee bottle, you know. So you have to take those things into account, and that's why I think a lot of artisans struggle, because companies like Yahtzee or Yaki come along and they are pretty much like a Facebook competition. You know, Facebook, as much as it is a wonderful tool for any business to get work, if someone posts on Facebook, I want to get my windows cleaned, I can put on there, yeah, no worries, we'll come and have a look. And then literally straight after, or maybe a couple of hours later, someone will literally just pop on there and say, I'll do it for $70. Inside and out, tracks, everything. So they're doing a full job on a house that they've never seen for $70. Which is fine, because I know there's people out there struggling for money, and that doesn't mean they'll get a shit job. I'm not going to say that because I've never really seen the work, but what I will say is we get a lot of callbacks for rental jobs and things like that, where people are getting vacate cleans done, and they get that $70 job, and then we have to then go and redo the windows, so it costs them $70, and then it might cost them $160 to get us in, so it's then a $230 job, you know. So it's they've got to take that into account whenever you get people like that. You know, we're fully insured. Recently we haven't damaged someone's shutters, but one of the shutters has actually went up after we were there. We don't know whether it was us or whether something else has happened. Look, if the guys come there and figure out that it's us, brilliant, give us a phone, we'll phone our insurance, and our insurance will deal with the whole thing. They'll get your blind fixed, they'll do whatever. You know, it's the peace of mind you get with a good company. And I think it's really key, no matter what business you're in. Your customer service, you know, you're only as good as your last job. I learned that from my dad from a very young age, and that's why my dad's kitchen fitting business has done so well throughout the years. He's never been without work. I mean, he's 63 now, and he's still getting jobs all the time. And it's all word of mouth. There's no advertising, nothing at all. It's just because people come to your house, they see your kitchen, and go, wow, who did that? And they pass his details on, and before you know it, he's got another job, and then that becomes another job. So the exact same as we clean windows in the summer, beginning of December, and then they might have family come down from Perth for Christmas, and the windows are still spotless, and they're like, oh, when did you just had your windows cleaned? No, I had them done a month ago. And then before you know it, we've got more work. So I mean, that we work very similar to that. And it's the only way to do it, in my opinion. And I've got no idea how I got onto that fucking conversation of shit. So I do apologise, there's probably some fucking meaning in there somewhere. Ah, fuck knows. Captain Fawcett's shaving soap, fine, premium, whatever you want to call it. It's a superb shaving soap. They get it outside. I mean, I've only ever seen this in Australia, and they sell it at my local shaver shop, which is a freaking miracle. It's expensive over here, but like I say, it's triple milled. It's going to last a very, very long time. I mean, that is a good heavy bit of soap. And the soap itself, once you've bought the tub, I mean, it's because you've got a wooden tub with it as well, and it's a nice label on it. The label's nicer than Kent, and like I say, it's going to last a long time. So you buy a new puck for it. Whenever this one runs out, you just chuck it back in that same wooden bowl and away you go. And I think the pucks are only something like $19 or something, $18. So really, really worth it. Wolf Whiskers. I can't remember what I think he called this apple something. Delicious apple? Delicious apple, delicious or something, I think Peter Wolf calls it. I basically asked him for something similar to the line brushes that were floating around from Viborg, and I think there was a couple from Simpson and Morrison 400 and all that, and it totally delivered. This is a beautiful handle. The colour in it, I can't convey it over the camera. It's like lime greens, there's apple green I think it's called, and it's just stunning. And the knot is an exceptional knot, it really is. Very soft tips, it's got a lot of backbone. On a face shave it takes a little bit to get splaying, on a head shave it's incredible. And using tough soaps like this where they're really hard, as you've seen the amount of soap I got into that brush in a reasonably short load, it was probably a minute load. You do spend a little bit longer with triple milled soaps to get the load in your brush, but 3 easy passes and there was loads of soap in there for another 1 or 2, so I could probably get away with a face shave with that amount of soap in that brush, so as well as the head. And the razor for today was the RockWell 6C, which performed incredibly well, so smooth. The Kai blade that's in there is just phenomenal. I love the Kai blades, I've got loads of them left, and just a shout out to Ken over at Ken Shaving and BSing. He actually sent me all these Kai blades over here just as a thank you, pretty much with other things. And we went through a stage of trading a lot of stuff with each other and sending stuff over, and I was buying him stuff over there and he was sending me stuff, and it worked out really well, and then we got a lot of nice stuff together from it. So it's exceptional blades, and thanks very much Ken for sending all them over. And then I'm going to finish off now with something that I discovered myself while I was trolling through iherb.com. Humphrey's witch hazel. So if you want to get a witch hazel that's got a stronger or a more concentrated witch hazel kick, then this stuff's the bomb. I'm just putting another little bit on because I forgot to put it on the first time. So that, guys, it's me done and dusted. Really enjoyed that shave, I hope you did as well. I'm looking forward to starting my job tomorrow. Like I say, this video will probably go up. It'll go up first, this will be my first one that uploads, but it'll probably be tomorrow night, which will be Monday night or Sunday night for a lot of you guys in the States. Or Sunday morning, whatever, Sunday afternoon, or fuck knows, Monday morning, I don't know. But it'll go up tomorrow at some point once the internet's up and running, hopefully. If it's not up and running tomorrow, the internet, then it'll go up whenever it goes up, and you might just get smashed with 5 or 6 videos in one hit, and you can just pick the one you want, or watch them all if you're fucking mental like me. Other than that, you guys stay safe, drive safe, don't drink and drive, and I'll catch you guys for the face shave. Cheers.